This is Potion Craft, Alchemist Simulator, a game where every potion you concoct up will be a journey travelled across the game's unique alchemy map. This game is a single-player relaxing store management and crafting simulation game, where you craft potions using the previously mentioned alchemy map, sell them to customers to acquire gold, spend your gold on more ingredients, and using the alchemy machine eventually craft the ultimate milestone, the Philosopher's Stone. All whilst progressing your shop status and completing each chapter of your alchemist journey. I have chosen to analyze this game as it draws many comparisons to the Game My Game prototyping team is currently creating, where you brew fantastical coffee for customers. A lot of similarities are shared between the two games, including the two-dimensional crafting area and dragging ingredients across the screen to create your product and sell it to customers. I think it is important to analyze this game in order to improve upon mistakes we could end up making, and to use Potion Craft to see what ideas work and which ones will not. I will be analyzing Potion Craft through the MDA lens: mechanics, dynamics, and aesthetics. I will specifically be focusing on the potion crafting aspect of the game. I'm choosing this area as it is the most essential and core part of the game that relates back to our own coffee simulator, and what draws the most comparisons between the two games. To begin the analysis, let's talk about the core mechanics of the game. The core gameplay loop is creating and selling potions in order to progress the alchemy machine. Creating a potion consists of using ingredients to create a path for your potion to travel on the map, avoiding the bone areas which reset your progress and landing on different potion effects. The more accurately you land on them, the stronger your potion will be. Adding ingredients to the potion can be a bit tedious. Every ingredient is the exact same in the sense that to get the most out of them, you're going to want to crush them up with the mortar and pestle. This will get old over time, and you will start wishing that the ingredients came pre-crushed, as later in the game you'll be taking longer routes and through multiple effects to create potions demanded by the alchemy machine. The action of crushing the ingredients is a hurdle task which feels repetitive and simply there to stop you from creating potions too fast. Other actions you can take here include watering the potion down, which brings your potion closer to the center of the map. This has a good feel to it and can be quite useful to get more accurately on top of each potion effect. The bellow is used to confirm that you want to use the effect that the potion is on top of on the map, and feels rewarding to be able to finally use after a long route. Lastly, to make your potions traverse the map, you need to mix it with the stirring spoon. This task also gets a bit repetitive and provides no challenge other than a time gate to prevent the player from making potions too quickly. Whilst playing this game, I felt that any action that served as a challenge, less time gate, felt annoying and tedious, which provides a lot of insight on how our coffee making simulator should work. The player of our game should never feel bored as they take an action, so to remedy this, ingredients should be different to one another in terms of how they're added to the coffee, and no task should feel like a time gate, such as steaming the milk or grinding the beans or pouring the coffee. If these actions are done automatically by the coffee machine, allowing for the player to multitask to do multiple coffees at once, whilst each time-related task takes place, it will allow for the player's gameplay flow not to be interrupted, so that they can keep playing the game. As for the dynamics of the game, certain strategies arise from the provided mechanics involving in making potions. Players will gravitate towards avoiding making potions manually for the customers altogether, as the game provides you a way to save recipes and brew them instantly at a click of a button. There are issues with this, as it fixes an issue that has been created by the game itself. The brewing process is quite tedious. This encourages the player to create the most optimal potion for each type, and saves the recipe so that they never have to brew it themselves again. When a game is called Potion Craft, you'd hope that creating potions are part of the fun. In order to combat this strategy though, the game provides the player with customers with special requests, such as a potion with more than one effect. The issue with this is that turning away a customer has little to no consequences, and your gold economy never seems to be in that dire of a situation. It becomes an endless cycle of figuring out which potion the customer wants, reading as little as the dialogue as you can, and quick brewing it to move on to the next customer. Sort of like fast food, but for potions. It removes love and care going into your craft, which is what we want for our coffee simulator to have. In order to improve these dynamics, our coffee simulator should have more punishing unsuccessful interactions, less predictable gameplay, and most importantly, actual challenge crafting your product. As for the aesthetics of the game, I think Potion Craft does pretty well selling the illusion that you're an alchemist, working with these tangible materials. Each potion you create can be customized to your liking, and I enjoyed making each bottle look unique and reflecting the effect of the potion itself. Customization and making the game more personalized aids a lot of the immersive simulation aspect of the game. It changes it from the feeling of an employee mass manufacturing company product to being a skilled alchemist who crafts their own house-made goods. It gives the game a lot of personality and was really important when it came to how much I enjoyed this game. Customization should absolutely be considered for our own coffee simulation, as it will make the entire cafe experience feel like the player's own. On top of this, the sound design and juiciness of the game was really well made. Some visual and sound aspects I was impressed with included how each material fell in the mortar and pestle. Crystals crunch and mushrooms smushed, and you could feel and hear it how the pestle reacted to being pushed against the material, and how with each crunch you could hear the crystal getting finer and the plants becoming like one consistent mush. This made the potion crafting sequence of the game that much more immersive and goes to show how important what we see and hear aids in our enjoyment of these games, even when it doesn't impact the gameplay itself. Our coffee simulation should reflect these principles and adopt them into our game in order to make the environment feel alive and satisfying to interact with. To summarize, the mechanics of the potion crafting area of Potion Craft has a little too many mechanics that serve the sole purpose to make the potion crafting take longer through the use of mundane and repetitive actions to add longevity to the game. Action should feel as if it exists to be a time gate, and that will hopefully be reflected in the future of our coffee simulator through fixes such as multitasking capabilities and challenging and thought-provoking actions taken during the coffee making process. The dynamics of the game promote strategies that actively avoid the potion making element, as well as a coin economy that doesn't feel important or punishing to make what should be bad decisions with. Our game will promote strategies that actually involve the core gameplay mechanics, as well as promote smarter thinking and rewards it accordingly. And finally, we will take a page out of Potion Craft's book and imitate its highly immersive and personalized environment, with customizable options and visuals and sounds that make the game feel alive and interesting enough to keep the player smiling. This has been my analysis on Potion Craft versus the game we are creating currently. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something.